Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. And my name's Jacob. I'm the founder of All House, but all of you are also a part of this as well. This is really a community project. So stoked that you're here. Enjoy the class. You're probably going to see me wiggling around, talking to the camera as if I'm speaking to someone, but it's really just technology I'm speaking to, which is Twitch. But I hope y'all are enjoying the class today. And if you have any questions, any requests or accommodations that you need for the future, or any suggestions on how we can improve, please go ahead and follow us and let us know, and enjoy class. Off to you, Meg.
Thank you. Okay, cool. I'm super excited to be here. My name is Meg. I use they, them pronouns. And today I'm going to teach an embodied movement class. And so we're going to be focusing mostly on sensory perception and memory. So yeah, like I said before, for folks that were here already, it's going to be an improv-based class. So I'm not really going to say like, do this, do that, or don't do this, don't do that. Like, please move or don't move, or engage with in whatever fashion you would like. Yeah, cool. I'm super excited. So let's get started. We're just gonna start off with probably 4 or 5 minutes of stretching and stuff. So I'll just turn up the music, and I'll be talking throughout it, trying to guide you in stuff that I'm doing, but please feel free to do whatever feels most comfortable for your body. Cool. Something that I like to start by doing is really trying to notice what needs attention in my body. So getting into a comfortable position, either sitting or laying down, and just, you can close your eyes, you don't have to close your eyes, but really just trying to tone in to the inner parts of yourself and think about what feels a little bit maybe sore, what feels like it needs a little extra time and space and attention. All of our bodies are so different, and we need such different things that I don't want to tell you what you need or don't need to prepare, because I feel that we know ourselves best, and we can prepare ourselves best in the way we know how. Hello, everybody joining. We're just doing some stretching. Feel free to do whatever you feel is best for your bodies. And yeah, we'll probably do about 2 more minutes of this, and then we'll go into a more focused exercise. We have some more folks joining. So we're just doing a little stretch out, whatever you like, whatever makes you feel good. Give it one more minute. Go ahead and finish up whatever you need. Take whatever last stretches you'd like for now. And again, for people who have just joined, this is going to be an improv-based class. So please feel free to do or not do whatever you'd like. Whatever feels best.
I felt amazing.
It is fun to just buggy.
Oh, right. No, I mean, I've been going to I recently am trying to get on a better health track. So I've been trying to motivate myself to work out by getting going to a gym, which I'm not used to, but whenever I'm stretching in there, I'm I just want to get really weird and wiggle with judgment-free space, right? It just feels so good.
Yeah, this is 100% such a judgment-free space. I want everyone to wiggle how they feel is best for them. Because then ultimately, I think that looks the best on people, is them having fun, having joy, feeling good. That's what this is all about, for sure. Cool. So now we're going to move on to a little bit more of what this class is going to be about. So this is, like I said, an embodied movement class, and we're going to be mostly focusing on sensory perception and memory. So yeah. To go into a little bit of what we're going to be doing. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my notes. So first I want to try to activate our senses. And so what we have are 6 main core senses. So what those are our sense of hearing, our sense of sight, smell, touch, taste, and the one that's a little bit strange, proprioception. And so what proprioception is, for people who might not know, is the feeling within your body. So it's the ability to feel if your ankle hurts or where your right arm is in the space. So that feeling within yourself of being able to perceive your own body. And so what we're going to try to do is, through our other senses, really activate our sense of proprioception, and then within that try to map our memories and create an embodied movement practice. Cool. So first we're going to go by each of the senses. First we're going to do sound, and then sight, smell, taste, and touch. So I'll give each about 1 minute to 2 minutes of exploration. So get into a comfortable position, and I'll guide you through this with words as well. So I'll just turn on some music, and I really want you to switch the songs. I really want you to try and tone in to all of those things, whether it be with your eyes closed, with your eyes open, however you like. So first, sound. I like to close my eyes for this one just because it makes me feel like I can hear a little bit better. Move in whatever way you feel like is necessary. You can also just focus without movement. Yeah, we'll give it about 1 minute and we'll move on to sight. So what sounds can you notice around you? Maybe not just the music, but what sounds are outside your window. Maybe what sounds are inside your house. What sounds your body might be making. Maybe your bones are cracking, or you can hear your hair moving next to your ears. Can you hear your heartbeat? Can you hear your breath? And whenever you're ready, you can move on to your sense of sight. What do you see around you? Where's the light coming from? What does it feel like to look around? Looking at yourself feel different than looking at other objects? And moving on, whenever you're ready, think about what can you smell around you? Is there lingering smells from breakfast or lunch? What's your favorite smell? Can you smell with more than just your nose? And our smell really helps our sense of taste. Those two are really connected. Can you taste anything? Maybe you can taste what you want to eat later, what you ate before this. Whenever you're ready, try to think about your sense of touch. What are you touching? What's touching you? Can you feel your feet on the floor? What do your clothes feel like on your body? Moving and sliding around as you move. Give yourself touch that you enjoy receiving. Maybe a hug. Maybe your hair. What makes you feel good? And as you focus on all of these senses, do you notice anything coming up or becoming more clear in your mind? As we build this sense of ourselves, really try to feel the insides of your body, your organs, your bones, moving and sliding, twisting. Does your mental state feel different as you do this? Feel free to move or not move as much as you'd like. Can you try to focus on all of the senses at once? All right. Give about another minute or two to really tone into your body, and then we're going to move on to our next exercise. I'm starting to taste the sweat on my lips. whatever time you need to finish up what you're doing, what you're feeling. All right, whenever you're ready, coming back together. Take as much time you need. Maybe get a drink if you need. I'm kind of sweaty now. How does everybody feel?
I feel so good. I feel great. This is awesome.
Amazing. I'm glad. Cool. Does anybody have any like questions or concerns or like, what are we doing? What are you talking about? Like, yeah, whatever you need. Before we move on, I'm gonna get a drink of water.
Just to say that I came into this class feeling immensely uncomfortable with my like body and mental state, and I'm already feeling like a sense of relief. So thanks.
I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, this is truly my way, at least, of connecting with myself on a daily basis. So I'm really excited to be able to share at least my practice with other people. And yeah, I'm glad to hear that it's feeling good. Cool. So with that, I guess, does anybody have any other questions or comments or concerns? And we can move on to.
I'm just thoroughly enjoying this. This is like one of my favorite things I've done in like such a long time. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. So we're gonna move on more to like what the main exercise is, which is memory mapping. And so what we just did is really like a tool for like connecting with like our deeper sense of body and mind and the connection between those things. And this idea of embodied cognition, which is like cognition in the way of how we think and experience and process the worlds around us, is intrinsically aligned with like the way that we experience the world through our bodies and senses and perceptions. So with that, trying to like connect those two a little bit deeper, because yeah, your mind and body need to work together. And I know that they feel separate, but maybe we can try to get them as close as possible to feeling connected and engage with them on the same level. And also sometimes the body is better at remembering things than our conscious mind. So in this way, I like to use this practice, especially for myself, to not only remember things in the past, but be better at remembering things moving forward or remembering the present and staying present. So yeah, we're gonna use movement to embody some memory. So in this next exercise, really focusing on your proprioception and maybe picking one other sense. If you want to try to embody like maybe the memory of what you did this morning, really thinking about like your body and picking maybe like your sense of sight or sound. What do you remember from doing when you woke up till now? So we'll give that probably about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll see how everyone is feeling, but please feel free to stop at any time or start at any time. Yeah, cool. So let's try that. trying to think about what you did today. I really remember the sunlight coming in my room. Do you remember any sounds? What you ate for breakfast? Can you evoke the same sense inside of your body that you felt earlier today? Or is that feeling fleeting? Finishing up whenever you're ready. All right, how did that feel for everybody?
It's so bizarre trying to like move authentically to how I'm like remembering what my morning was and like putting that into movement without like actively thinking of like what, like how, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm acting out a scene where I'm waking up and, you know, but like moving my body and what just kind of like what's instantaneous, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. I like to hear that you're engaging with it in that way. Yeah, and I wanted to thinking in movement versus thinking about movement. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. I feel like for me, at least, I am better at processing things through movement. So like when I'm like trying to consciously think about something, it's like really hard for me to like come to an idea or come to like a conclusion. But sometimes if I'm just like moving or doing something and then it just kind of like comes to you. And I feel like when you're not really attempting that conscious mind and just like letting the things flow in and out of your body and in and out of your mind, then it's a little bit easier to hold on to the things that you need. Yeah, that's how I feel. And also I wanted to mention about like the idea of what's called mirror neurons and how we can truly just think about doing something and it have nearly the same effect as doing the action within your mind. So even if it looks like you're not doing something in your movement, you can really be practicing and deepening that engagement that you have within your mind and body connection. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Cool. Does anybody have any other questions or comments? I would love to hear. If not, we have like kind of the final exercise, and then I would love to have like maybe a little like discussion and hear a little bit more about how everyone felt or engaged with this. Yeah. Does anybody have anything else before we move on? I want to give.
This is amazing. Honestly, I really like the idea of just like, I mean, seriously, what like Sienna brought up and typed in, I thought that was like really interesting. I can't say I haven't had that thought before, but like hearing that and seeing that again, it's very much like it's so true and like how I want to exist in a dancer's body, so to speak, you know. I feel like that helps me to move more authentically in my own self versus like being a dancer or performer, or where it's like, you know, performer versus spectator or something like that. You know what I mean? That kind of relationship.
Versus trying to put on like a character rather than just, really thinking about like what in yourself needs to come out.
Yeah, like I guess it's very much in the idea of like moving versus dancing. It like dancing in like that, you know.
Right. And I feel like that also has been very misconstrued in our modern definition of dance, because dance really is just the practice of movement. And, you know, so I think that getting back to that is for me really important, and allowing people the space to feel that they don't have to dance. Like, you can engage with it however you feel most comfortable or however you can. Amazing. And just for those in the Instagram live who didn't see what Sienna said in the Zoom, she said thinking in movement versus thinking about movement. And that was a really great comment. Cool. So moving on, we're going to use these tools that we've kind of been building on to really focus on a like more specific memory. And this is kind of also in the way that I practice choreography and movement. This is kind of the way that I most like to engage with creating choreography, is really having it come from a place of within rather than like the external pushing on, because it's sometimes fun to really choreograph to music or to sound specifically, but I think sometimes to move the most authentically, it can come from a place of within, or So what this exercise is going to be is you're going to try to remember a specific memory, and for the purposes of maybe not being able to think of one on the spot, you can think of possibly the focus on the first time or most favorite time you remember noticing the sun. So I'll give you like maybe a minute or two to like think about or remember like a time in your life that you really recognized or noticed the sun or the sunshine or how it felt, maybe the way that like the sun and the rain smells, maybe the way that the afternoon shadows look, something that really you connect to and that you can really see in your mind's eye and feel physically. One of those memories that you can just evoke on the spot. And then once you have that memory, you can go ahead and begin to move in a more focused fashion, thinking about what that moment felt like in your body, what you noticed physically or in your senses, what was around you. Was there a specific sense that you remember more or less about this moment? And again, like before in the other exercise, are you able at all to evoke that same feeling, or is it different in any way? feel free to finish up whenever you feel ready, whenever you feel like the moment has been given its time and space. And take as much time and space as you need. How closely can we connect the memory within the mind to what we remember within the body? We already hold all of the knowledge about ourselves within ourselves. And things sometimes take time to become clear or apparent. Awareness to these senses gives us a way in. How can we engage and foster the relationship of ourselves? A few more minutes on this if you'd like. Finishing up whenever you feel ready. All right, go ahead and find your finishing point. Okay. How did that feel for everybody?
It's really interesting. My first thought and like memory that I was going with is like the idea and memory of like being caught or like tucked in too tight with blankets, or like being caught and surrounded by blankets, you know, or just like any sort of covers and sheets. And it's kind of funny. I like at first was really exploring that feeling. And then at one point I felt myself kind of get up and like walk over just to see what was going on. And because I, for some reason, was thinking, I was like, oh, okay, maybe exercise is done. And then I saw you guys still moving. So I was like, okay, how else can I explore it? And as soon as I like got back into that mindset and went back to that memory, like it sparked some form of movement that I don't know how else to say it, but it felt very, it was much more in tune to like how that memory was to me. As the first time I was building it more, but like the second time I was going through it, it felt so much more real.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's the best way I can say it. I don't know. It was weird. It was
That's
cool.
really cool. Yeah, that's really, really cool. And that's in the same way as what we did earlier in building those senses and that sensory attention, really. And then, yeah, then it makes it the ability to access those memories a little bit easier every time. It really does become a big practice. Yeah, but that's really, really cool that you felt that. Cool. Does anybody else have anything else? We have about, 10 more minutes left, or a little less than that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I mean, we can go for as long as we want on Zoom, but I think IG Live does like a thing at like the hour market caps.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
just like ends it right there, which is a bummer. I want to just like write into Instagram and be like, hey, what's up? This is, you know, why can't we go over an hour?
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, in that case, then we should probably finish up, and I would love to hear anybody's like thoughts or what they would like to share, or if they'd like to share anything. Yeah, this has been a really, really great thing for me. It's been the first class I've taught in a while, and I hope it was a good space for everybody to explore and feel welcomed into. And thank you so much for All House Dance for facilitating this space, because it's truly incredible what y'all are doing. Like, really, like, it's been amazing to watch, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Yo, honestly, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, oh, sorry, Sienna. You know what? I want to hear from you.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's so funny, the Zoom etiquette, it's tough.
Totally.
No, I just wanted to say that I totally love the process of like trying to like inquire about the experience as you're experiencing the experience. And I think, Meg, you really facilitate that in such an interesting way. And to clarify, I think I don't love the binary of what I said earlier. Like, I don't think it's thinking in movement versus thinking about movement. I think it's like, because I don't even know what thinking in movement means. I think that's like something I strive for, but like, what does that even actually feel like? I think it's like both. I think what I really want to emphasize is the tension of those two, and then maybe even 5 other ways of thinking about it, because you can't really like stop thinking. And so like thinking about movement is a really great way to think in movement. And I think it's a complicated way of, I think there are so many different possibilities for imagining what it's like to dance in such a way that you're also like experimenting with embodied cognition. And I think you did a great job facilitating that, Meg. And I loved that you brought up mirror neurons, and yeah, anyways. And then Kat, yeah, I saw Kat left a wonderful comment that that resonates with me a lot. So thank you for sharing that, Kat. I feel that.
Yeah, I think with the pandemic in general too, for me, it has been very difficult to engage with dance in the sense of like going to a dance class or whatnot. And so, yeah, in moving forward, I'm personally really trying to facilitate this type of space where we can all just kind of like come together, share some ideas. And yeah, All House has done a really incredible job of doing that and creating that space. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to continuing this type of engagement.
Yeah, I mean, y'all, seriously, that's all I have to say is like, the only reason why I dance is because of those that I met at Santa Cruz. I mean, I dance may have found me in a different way later on in my life, but I started dancing in college with everyone, you know, I met even like, you know, Kat and Meg and Sienna. I've seen you, you know, on some social media stuff, working with Ran with a Purpose. I'm believing, right? Yeah. Maybe around campus too, maybe even dance team. But, you know, like the whole purpose of this entire thing is exactly what y'all are saying, is like trying to find some sort of happy medium to create a space that's welcoming and, you know, judgment free and accessible, you know. And it's really, I mean, I struggle constantly too with figuring out like, it's just like this grind of like, okay, putting out something or creating a space like that. But it's because of y'all like being able to not only support and join this, but support the mission as well, is the only reason why this is happening. And so I'm like super thankful for every single one who like joined the Zoom or even an Instagram, or, you know, even just supporting what we're doing, because creating a space like this is really tough and it can't happen without all of you. So I'm just like really appreciative of everyone that joined today and all of your comments. And I agree. So it's kind of, it's a strange thing trying to find authenticity and feeling comfortable, even in a Zoom space and environment, you know. It's wild. But yeah, thanks Kat, thanks Sienna, and thanks Meg. This was a wonderful class, like really thoroughly enjoyed it. This was a great way to start my week.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, this was very much a very basic introductory of what all of these things and ideas that I've been working with or exploring. And so yeah, if you'd like to reach out, anybody, and learn more or want to wiggle more together and explore that, I'm definitely down to facilitate more space or create a more communal effort in that too. So yeah, definitely reach out if you're wanting to learn more and explore more.
Yeah, same. And, you know, if there's anything that y'all want to, like, you know, if you wish to contribute or do anything with that as well, you know, if you want to do more than just attend classes as well, please feel free to message me. Cause I mean, this is, it's really like, it's coming from my own space. It's weird trying to facilitate a community environment, you know, especially like from within the pandemic and then going into something like this as well. When I myself struggle to like perceive myself as a mover or somebody who takes themselves seriously, you know what I mean, in that, and trying to like push forward. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's this literally, and I can't stress this enough, this cannot happen without all of you that came and supported, specifically even today, you know. So it's like my heart goes out to all of you and feeling that, like, seriously.
Thank you so much for everybody who joined. It was an amazing, amazing experience.
Yeah, we'll see what we're doing next Sunday. I'm not sure. I haven't really planned it yet, but we have a festival coming up too. So if y'all want, you know, some free dance classes, workshops, Meg's going to be in it. You know, we're doing a whole bunch of cool musical performances. Yeah. And if you have any recommendations or been like, hey, you missed this, or hey, this didn't happen, like, please feel free to shoot it my way. I am always looking to see how we can improve this space and make it more comfortable and accessible for everybody too. So thank you.
Thanks, Jake.